Good afternoon and welcome to my screencast that is going to be discussing the utilisation of self-regulation theory in order to reduce student antisocial behaviours and ultimately reduce student exclusions from school. One problem that I have encountered is that students who exhibit antisocial behaviour are subsequently excluded from school. As a result, they fall further behind academically and tend to associate more often with delinquent peers. Continual participation in delinquent behaviours and repeated exclusions has developed what has been termed the school-to-prison pipeline. In addition, students who exhibit antisocial behaviour also drain the teachers with whom they work, which has a negative impact on their self-efficacy and performance. Finding a solution to assist students in improving and modifying their behaviour is an example of creating social change, as hopefully it will prevent students from future incarceration and teachers from experiencing burnout. Looking at exclusion data for a rural school district in Washington State allows for the identification of areas of concern and for data-driven decision-making. As you can see, longitudinally, drug suspensions have been rising. Additionally, while exclusions for violence without injury were declining, that trend has reversed since 2009. Individuals are more likely to exhibit antisocial behaviour when they fail to self-regulate. Bright Hub Education provides a quick overview for identifying antisocial behaviour in students and provides some recommendations for dealing with that behaviour. A couple of suggestions offered is for teachers to keep lines of communication open with parents and administrators, and perhaps consider the use of music in dealing with that antisocial behaviour in school. Antisocial behaviour has an effect on the entire learning environment and prevents all students from maximising their potential. Providing students with an opportunity to learn self-regulation skills is essential for them to be successful. Self-regulation is the ability to control one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviours. This next clip presents the effects of effective self-regulation.
Hi. Okay, marshmallows. What does that have to do with a child's success?
Well, around 40 years ago, an American psychologist called Walter Mischel designed this test where you say to a young child, you have a choice. You can have one marshmallow now, or if you wait 15 minutes, you can have several marshmallows. And he made a very interesting discovery. Around 30% of all 4-year-olds will wait. The kids who wait scored on average 210 points higher on their college entrance exams. They also do considerably better in terms of their social development, their resistance to risky behaviors, temptations, aggression.
When we consider how much we invest in incarcerating adults in comparison to how little is spent educating our youth, it's evident that addressing antisocial behaviour at an early age is critical for the economic health of our nation. This is a fact sheet published by the Vera Institute of Justice, which presents the cost for annual incarceration, as well as the millions of dollars for operational costs of our state prisons. In comparison, this is an excerpt from the 2013 Organization and Financing Report from the Office for Superintendent of Public Instruction in Washington, which shows the basic education allocation for each student. As you can see here, as of July 2012, the average allocation per student was $5,140, a big difference to the $46,000 it costs to incarcerate an adult. Perhaps if schools can reduce antisocial behaviour, it might be possible to reduce the incarceration rate and invest the money saved right back into education. Of course, given that self-regulation is generally learned in early childhood and develops out of familial and societal norms, while schools can attempt to reframe behaviour, it's not an easy feat. When students particularly come from areas high in poverty and violence, where aggressive behaviour is the norm, self-regulation is not an essential skill. Find Youth Info is comprised of federal representatives promoting the importance of healthy youths. This website shared that individual, family, peer, and school and community factors act as both protective and risk factors for antisocial behaviour, and that no one risk factor leads to delinquency. As we have witnessed so far, the importance of finding a solution to enhance students' self-regulation cannot be underestimated. Students often don't see how their behaviour impacts others.
So you weren't bothered about the effect you were having on other students? No, because I didn't really see it like that. Like, I didn't see my behaviour affecting their education.
Without students self-regulating, teachers cannot continue to manage antisocial behaviours, and as a result, mental health issues for the staff become a concern. An international survey of principals considered the mental health of staff and students. One of the striking findings is that principals felt as though 1 in 5 students were in need of prevention or intervention services. What is truly exciting is that 85% of youth who exhibit antisocial behaviours really wish to improve those behaviours. Researchers have found that students who do not self-regulate well require explicit teaching of self-regulation. However, only 15% of self-regulation instruction was found by Menzies and Lane to occur explicitly. By analysing student exclusion data, it is possible to identify areas of concern and to focus on improvement. In addition, it's helpful to advocate for surveillance systems. Camera systems allow you to see areas of the school that perhaps wouldn't normally be seen. Accessing community resources is another way to gain additional support for our students. Recently, I received an email from a previous school psychology intern who introduced me to a child behaviour health services program, which is certainly worth investigating. One truly feasible intervention is to create a semester elective class that integrates self-regulation skills training into the cultural arts. This program, the Prodigy program, has been found effective for reducing both adolescent antisocial behaviours and mental health issues.
Prodigy provides a safe arena where youth can learn communication, problem solving, and conflict resolution skills through visual and performing arts.
This intervention would be voluntary and modify the Prodigy program into a cultural arts elective. A control group would comprise of those students unable to participate, and along with archival, demographic, and student self-report mental health survey data would be used to measure success of the program. Ethical procedures would of course be upheld, including gaining informed consent and ensuring prevention from harm. While schools will still compete with community values, it is our duty to help them become successful and productive citizens. Those students that are excluded from school miss out on learning opportunities, increase their risk for dropping out of school, and are more likely to engage in a delinquent lifestyle. The Cultural Arts Self-Regulation elective class is a possible intervention to reduce antisocial behaviour and therefore limit exclusion from school. Providing students with skills to self-regulate and refrain from antisocial behaviour will create social change. In these 3 slides, I am sharing the resources that I use within this presentation. Thank you for watching and have a great day.